So a very good evening to all my fit, fantastic and fabulous people, my Instagram family and friends. I hope you guys are doing great as usual and I'm here back. Thank you Monty, thank you Lena. Yeah, Lena Nasik is doing great. Thank you Pratya, thank you Nikita to join in. Thank you everyone. So thank you Danya also. And thank you Pranav. Thank you very much. I am seeing Pranav for the first time over here. Thank you very much Pranav to join in. Okay, तो आज का जो सेशन है, firstly I really need to thank you all for supporting It's My Story, What's Yours, because you won't believe, in fact I would say I won't believe this, but I'm sharing this and it's going great. It's really one sec, yeah. So it's, thank you Monty, thank you Ujwal and Ujwala, and thank you Leena. Nasik is doing great. Thank you again Prathamesh. I would love to share this, that It's My Story, What's Yours, this new series of mine is going really fantabulous. I'm getting direct message from people on Instagram, on messengers, on WhatsApp, that it is really going good. So last year, थोड़ा हम पीछे चलते हैं, एक साल पहले I started a session known as Fashion and Glamour. Fashion and Glamour जैसे नाम suggest करता है, it went off only for the people related to fashion and glamour industry. But this time I thought, why not go in all the fields, because काफ़ी लोग हैं जो बहुत dreams देखते हैं, मैं भी बहुत dreams देखता हूँ, and it is not it is not compact to only one field of fashion industry or glamour industry. So today I planned out and I gave a call to one of my dearest friends whom I really admire, whom I really know since the last 25-30 years might be, but we both are still 24 years. So मैं 25-30 साल से जानता हूँ उन्हें, और he is a great personality. He is here with us, and the best part about him was I gave him a call and he just told me, yes Rohan, I'm on for the series, I'm all there for you, and I'm just gonna share all my secret to success. So सबसे पहले मैं उनको invite करना चाहूँगा, before wasting more time. Our very own Mr. Janak Sarda is here. So I would just like to invite him. Hi Seema ji, hi Anu. Thank you very much to join in. So we have our very own Mr. Janak Sarda over here.
Hi
Janak, how are you?
Very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Hi Seema, I'm doing great. Thank you very much for joining in. And here we have Mr. Sarda. अब इनकी तारीफ करना है मुझे बहुत सारी, because he is a man who deserves all the appreciation. सर्वात प्रथम मी आता मराठीत बोलतो जनक, कारण की आज आहे 1 मे, 1 मे, महाराष्ट्र दिवस, कामगार दिवस, आणि याच्यासाठी सर्वांना शुभेच्छा. आणि आज मी हे संकल्पना केलेली आहे की मी मराठीत तुमचा इंटरव्ह्यू घेणार. So how do you like my Marathi, Janak?
फारच चांगला, आनंद झाला तुला मराठी.
So I am not gonna talk to you in Marathi. जितना आता था, प्लान किया था, मैंने बोल दिया. Okay, so now we have Mr. Janak Sarda. I understand completely that we do not need a lot of introduction for an eminent personality like Mr. Janak, but I do have to say a lot of things about him. And first of all, Janak, as we all know, Janak Sarda, he is managing operations. It is a long list of things that he's been managing. इसलिए मैंने ज़्यादा time waste नहीं किया. एकदम fast से हम लोग शुरुआत करते हैं. He is managing operations as Deshrut Group of newspapers with multiple editions in Nasik. He is also the founder and the owner of Blue Logic Digital, Dubai-based artificial intelligence consultancy leading in BOTS, created for travel, hospitality and insurance sector. He is also looking for the managing and operations of Calcus Technology, Germany. He is managing his family business, that is publishing, information technology, real estate, hospitality, commercial printing, packaging industry. God, Janak, how do you really manage all these things? I'm just taking a lot of breath while talking about this. And this is the greatest achievement, not only as a Nasik person, I would say this, Janak, but also as a friend. I'm really proud to announce this, that Mr. Sarda has been currently a Vice President, Global Young Professionals International Advertising Association, New York, Vice President, Nasik Industries Welfare Center. He's a co-chair, Branding Committee, Indian Merchants Chamber, Mumbai, lead rural initiatives under the Young Indian Confederation of India Industries, CII, Mumbai, former member, Managing Committee of Association of Business Communicators of India. And he's also received a Global Young Leader Award 2018 by International Advertising Association, represented India at World Young Entrepreneurs Summit at Sao Paulo, Brazil, on invitation by the United Nations. Gosh, Janak, you know, I am so very proud, and this comes really from the bottom of my heart to say this. I'm so very proud of you. I can just tell people I really know Janak Sarda very well, but आज actually मुझे पता चला कि I know you very well with your entire profile.
Thanks, Rohan. Thanks for the kind words.
And thank you again one more time, Janak. Mr. Janak is sitting right now in Dubai. He's not in Nasik, and still he's managed to come to my first series. So Janak, it goes to you now. Now tell me, how do you feel? इतना सब करने के बाद, how do you feel? कभी आपने सोचा था कि आप मेरे साथ इंटरव्यू करोगे?
Unfortunately for you and me, we have known each other right from childhood, or rather, when we went to school, right from nursery. So I guess you are the first boy whom I have ever seen getting rusticated out of school as well. Sorry for that, unplanned, but since you got that out of me, well, you're the first one whom I knew what school discipline, or rather indiscipline, means. And it's been fantastic here. I mean, I have seen you grow, and it's quite interesting to see how we are all progressing in our lives. So yeah, having me over.
Janak, thank you very much to give all my school details to my people. And now I would like to ask you one simple question, and that goes, as the entire series is named, you know, that it's my story, what's yours? So my story side mein, but what's yours? Now, Janak, in fact, everyone wants to know, how did this all happen? You know, why firstly, you have got an established business that you're looking out, like I think you were managing that during the college days as well. So after this, why suddenly a complete different concept that you have started in Dubai? Why? How did it happen?
Well, Rohan, essentially what happens is when you work out of a family business, there is only as much perfection that you can bring about. So systems are well placed. They keep functioning the way they're supposed to. And there is very little that you can really do to innovate or take it ahead, as a journey. So essentially, after managing the family business for a good amount of time, about almost 10-15 years, I thought it was time for me to venture out and pursue my own passion, just like you pursued your passion right from school days or college days. We took it up a little later, but not that I was not excited about the businesses that I was already managing, but this was even more exciting because I had the liberty of taking the leap of faith and doing what I really thought I wanted to do. So essentially, yeah, that is how it started, almost about 5 years back or 6 years back, maybe.
So guys, let me tell you, all the people who are right now on live with us, on the session with us, Janak, Mr. Sarda, I would say today, Mr. Sarda has started this Blue Logic Digital, and it's his own concept, right? As far as I know. And See, I think it is very easy to say that it's been 5 years, that you have been ventured into this business, but I don't think so. It's 5 years because 5 साल तो आपको ये पूरा सेटअप करने में लगा, ठीक है, कि उससे 1.5-2 साल पहले जो आपका स्ट्रगल था to understand, because I think working in Dubai is completely different. The
Sure.
rules are completely different. The government is completely different. They function in a different way. I remember you, um, if I go 7-8 years back, 7-8 years back, I remember you traveling a lot.
Indeed.
And every time when we used to call and I used to ask you, where are you? Are you in Nasik? You used to say, I'm in Dubai. Just like we used to say that we are at Canada. For Nasik, it's Canada corner, but we just say we are at Canada. So, what was that journey? You're married, you have two beautiful kids, a wonderful wife, you have an entire joint family, and till date I've seen you traveling. How do you manage? That's what I really want to ask.
Well, one, I enjoy traveling for it kind of exposes you to a lot of new cultures, a lot of new people. The interaction leads to a lot of, you know, food for thought. And that is
Yeah,
exactly how the journey really started. So essentially, when I was a part of the International Advertising Association, I realized that there is a lot of innovation happening all around in the media business. Uh,
right.
2008, when I first landed up in the Valley, which is San Francisco, at the Google campuses, I realized that the entire media business is going to see a sea change. Like what you and I are doing today, a
Hmm.
live show in Instagram, probably this
Hmm.
is the 15th or the 16th application that can be used to, go live and do a session like this. So a
Is it?
media completely shifted and digitization was the way forward. Coming from a business background, it was easy to identify the gaps that the
Hmm.
technology kind of fulfill for businesses to thrive.
Right.
Identified, started working on those. Didn't realize when it became a passion, but once I jumped into it, I just wanted to do it because bots is an exciting space. Imagine a computer trying to read your mind and responding on your behalf to things which otherwise are very boring. So when we work on bots, it's extremely exciting. I mean, what you are today probably handling as a influencer in Nasik, we automate
Hmm.
a lot of things for the influencers themselves. An influencer is not able to handle millions and millions of conversation with his or her fan followers. So
Yeah.
we help automate those. So the kind of repetitive questions that you ask, the bot responds on your behalf without the person who's interacting realizing that it's a computer which has responded. So we work with bots in and out, and that became my passion. I didn't even realize. And the more I dived into technology, the more I learned, and the more I learned, the more I realized its value, and that is where it is right now.
Fantastic, yeah. And also, I would like to share this with people. Where it comes to technology, definitely he's done a great setup in Dubai and he's doing great. जहाँ तक टेक्नोलॉजी की बात आती है, काफी बार मैं भी जनक को पूछता हूँ. I remember asking Janak for buying a simple phone also 15-16 years back. कि जनक मुझे ये फोन खरीदना है, what phone should I buy? And today also a lot of times we ask him, and where he said that travel was his passion. Now I tell you guys, it's not only the knowledge of your work and the passion towards your work, but you ask Mr. Janak about anything about travel. The first thing that comes to me when I talk to him is about travel, and he has got an impeccable knowledge about the entire globe, I think. If you ask him, we are going to San Francisco, he will tell you the entire route. मुंबई जाना, इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट पे खड़े रहना, यहाँ से वो फ्लाइट जाएगा, यहाँ से वो जाएगा, ऐसा जाएगा, ऐसा. How do you remember so many things? How do you remember? Just tell me that. I really want to have that knowledge. The memory space, but have you put up a chip inside? Because it's super. Okay, now tell me about your entire concept of this digital logic, blue digital logic. What are you doing? What is it all about?
So essentially, we create platforms with artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, as we all know, automates a lot of processes for businesses. And
Hmm.
for example, you walk into a clinic and you want an
Hmm.
appointment with a doctor. The entire process can be automated. You don't need to call up a call center. You can go to the website of the clinic, click on the bot, have an interaction on the kind of doctor that you need to book an appointment with. So you don't essentially need to know the doctor. We can recommend it to you. We can diagnose your problem initially itself, that what is the kind of problem that you're facing, and recommend that kind of a doctor. So essentially what we do is automate the entire end-to-end process of any business application. Whether it is insurance, go click a picture of your car. We will try and identify the car that is, the make, probably the year, and then give you a rough estimate of what that insurance amount could be. The moment you show interest in that, we will kind of make it concrete by asking you to provide us with the picture of your RC, registration certificate, and then instantly in about less than 4 seconds give you a value of your insurance, and in less than a minute you can actually have the insurance policy on your email. The entire is 4-step anywhere that you interact with the bot, and transaction cannot be beyond 1.5 minutes is the aim. So all the responses, etc.
So 1.5 minutes and you finish the entire transactions.
Exactly, entire process. If you are fast, less than 1.5 minutes, you will have the service confirmation in your hand, whether it is booking a doctor, whether it is having an insurance purchased, or for that matter, now what we do is also visual computing. Visual computing is where you probably have tried Google Lens, but Google Lens does not have answers to everything. So we have a bot which identifies about 400 species of sharks and fishes, their origin, their color, which seas they are found, etc. Popping up on your mobile phone when you are at an aquarium or even outside. This is what we do.
This is what you do. I mean, this is what you do. This is superb. This is superb. And now, since we know a bit, I think not even 0.1% of what you do, I would like to now ask, how did it all start? Why this? What was your struggle? I think the struggle is not only, finding out a job or finding out what to do, but the struggle actually starts when you know what you want to do. Because you have to just, compromise everything, get it together, the knowledge, the travel, everything. What was your struggle and how did it happen?
So essentially, I think even today my struggle is understanding the coding part of the technology. I really don't know much of the back-end technology. So it is always a struggle. I still need to go through YouTube videos, try and put some kind of logic to understand how the technology works literally, because I have to make the technology work now. So there is a lot of learning that I have to go through, and that is the real struggle, because I am not a techie myself. I am a business guy. So for a business guy to understand technology can be quite challenging. That was the struggle. I mean, that is the struggle. Also, identifying what technology you need to get into. For example, how did bots happen? I mean, bots did not happen just because you thought, oh, they are cool, let's try our hands on. You have to make a business case of it. Ultimately, if you have to survive and if you want to grow your business, you have to make a business case of it. So initially, those were the kind of struggles that I went through. It is not easy because you have to find your own answers. You have to find your own anchors. You can use people or guidance as reference point, but it is not as if it is the end of the road and you have found a solution. You have to keep looking for your own solutions. That's the only thing that can, ensure that you are successful at the end of the day. So it is extremely essential that you keep studying. I don't think there is much of an escape to that. I mean, it doesn't work that way.
Yes, that's. I think there is Prathamesh Deshpande who's asking a question. I think.
I just read that question. Yes, Prathamesh, there is a huge database required. We have almost 400 GB of data for 400 fishes, out of which 280 can be identified at the first instance. The others probably need multiple clicks to understand what kind of fish it is. I hope that answers. the question,
Yeah,
Pratmesh.
Pratmesh, there are too many fishes in the pond, and you have to go with a lot of data also over there to understand that. I hope, Pratmesh, you've got your answer. People, you can keep on pouring all your questions related to any technological thing or advertising or insurance or anything, because the master is right in front of us and he can really answer all your questions. Okay, so Janak, now tell me one thing. When you travel off and on, I think how many days you are in Dubai for around 15, 18 days, and then you are in Nasik, then you're again back. So how do you really manage with your family life as well? Yeah?
Well, to achieve something, you have to literally let go of something. I think I'm blessed. I get a fantastic support from the family, and they're very accommodative towards me. So
Truly.
I do end up spending about 10, 12 days abroad, if not travel within the country. I don't want to boast too much about my travel, but yeah, I miss being in Nasik at times, at one go for over a period of time. But yeah, thanks to COVID, probably I won't need to travel as much. But yeah, I have to
Yeah,
manage.
yeah. It's so much right. I've met your family. As we know, we are friends since childhood. I know the family, and it's a great support to have a wonderful family like that. And at times, we also miss you in Nasik, Janak.
Sure, I'm
We miss
sure.
you a lot in Nasik. I hope you travel a lot and you travel a lot. How do you unwind at the end of the day? This is DJ Monty asking you. Yes, we really need to know this.
Monty, all credit to you. We are in love with music, right? So the at the end of the day, you unwind with music, or even in the morning when you start, you unwind with music and start your day, right? So I no brainer. Thanks to him, I think we all got into love for music. At least our generation, Rohan, if not the younger ones. And
We
Monty,
are
I
still
still
young.
cassette with me just for your handwriting.
Exactly. But we are still young, Janak. We are still young and we are doing great. Okay. So Janak, I really need to know some more things about the entire. Now, since we have heard that you have been awarded in a lot of achievements that you have got, can you just explain to us like what was all that? What awards?
So I am
Yeah.
extremely passionate about advertising and marketing, and I
Right.
love also it kind of complements the technology business that I am in.
Hmm.
Uh, I have been a part of the International Advertising Association for quite some time, and
Mm-hmm.
my catalyst role there is to basically bring people together. So I work across all chapters of the International Advertising Association around the globe to try and see how we can collaborate, connect, learn from each other, and also grow the community at large. This, in a
Mm-hmm.
way, kind of giving back to the society that you represent or are a part of. And yeah, so through that, I keep meeting with a lot of new talent, emerging talent, or talent which has already been there. So I get mentored, I get to learn from them, and it's a fantastic journey. So the recognition that I got from the International Advertising Association was towards my work in that space where I could bring people together, collaborate. In fact, I continue to do that. Right now I have dual role, not only of growing the community but also connecting them digitally across the globe. So we are creating one single platform where members can directly interact with each other without LinkedIn's of the world and Facebook's of the world. So it's a secure community. Only people of belonging to the IA fraternity will be a part of it. So Rohan, it's an exciting journey. I mean, IA has been super exciting for me.
Now, I think after knowing all these things, I'm also excited that how does these things work. We always keep on telling you Janak be in Nasik, Janak be in Nasik, but now next time I'm not going to tell you anything. I'll just tell you travel more because I'm today, and it comes from the bottom of my heart, Janak. Really, I swear on God, I feel really very proud because over the period of years, I always knew this that you were traveling and you were doing a lot of business, but you were doing so much and you have made not only every one of us but Nasik very proud. There's one more question, I think. Hello, sir. What are the new things, strategies you noticed in other countries about marketing that you think should be implemented in Nasik? Very good question, Ritesh.
Ritesh, essentially, Nasik has everything that one has to offer. What I think we lack is the sincerity to make the difference. If you want to as a city and want to establish something of your own or want to own a particular space, I think Nasik loses out on talent. All of us actually get out of Nasik and start working, in different places, without realizing that we can also contribute towards Nasik's development by, taking those learnings back to the town. My biggest, I really feel that we have the youth population in Nasik, which can be very well channelized or used for future growth of the city itself. Unfortunately, we are not able to create as many opportunities for them. So they end up traveling everywhere, but staying back in Nasik and kind of working towards that. Unfortunate, but it's true. I, in fact, try and work as much as possible with people from Nasik. But again, my experience has been varied. If people are not sincere and if it really impacts your business, you are ultimately going to withdraw working with them and take take those opportunities away from them. It has happened in the past, but I hope we in Nasik really improve and start working sincerely towards ensuring that we make a mark.
I hope, Ritesh, you've got your answer. But now, Janak, I think the time has been changing. I'm working with a lot of youth over here. I work in all the fields with the youth. So I think, yeah, there is a lot of lagging off, but I think it will happen. So do you see any future of you getting something good opportunities for the youth of Nasik? Since see, everyone is not fortunate enough to travel and they can't travel a lot of times. So they can't exactly go out of Nasik as you said. But would you like to do something for our own city?
Always
Any
open
plan?
to, yeah, always open to that. In fact, I would love to give as much opportunity to people in Nasik as much as is possible. In fact, I also kind of counsel the ISAC team in Nasik. But again, sometimes I see a varied response. We have to make the effort. You can do a lot of things, but it's just that we get lazy. Don't look for reasons because reasons won't get you anywhere.
Fantastic.
So, do
So guys,
you
buck up.
AI? Yeah, sorry.
So
There
guys,
is a
buck up. You do not have excuses over here which will work for you. So if you have any dreams, as I have tagged, I've kept my story this evening that if you have dreams and you really want to fulfill, you need to work for it, right? And I wanted to ask this thing about you have represented India at World Young Entrepreneur Summit. Can you just say, put some light on that? What was that all about?
So I was in Brazil representing India. For the first time, we were invited to the Young Entrepreneur Summit, where there was representation of 98 countries. It was a 3-day
98.
summit in Sao Paulo, where the
Okay.
idea was to find peer-to-peer collaboration and try and see how we can scale businesses across continents as youth. It's an ongoing process. It does not, by just landing up there once, things don't move. There is a scope for continuity. They do establish a lot of these forums, engagement forums across the globe where they formulate strategies on how you could start collaborating with each other. But the essential part is, showcasing of your own cultures and the diversity at work is what the real crux is all of these forums. But I mean, that was one of Rohan. I have attended plenty across the globe, and it is again. Uh, I mean, I remember helping people in Romania or France and helping them collaborate with each other and kind of take, their products to market. Same can be done in Nasik. I just hope I motivate at least 2 or 3 people here to start thinking in that direction and taking Nasik also on that map. There was another question I think which you and I missed from Sudeep. Do you see the AI industry in India going places in the coming decade? Well, Sudeep, to your question, I have one single answer. By the end of this year, Bangalore would have raised more money than California, San Francisco as a city, as a startup city, which only validates the fact that the valley is actually moving to Bangalore. So AI industry in India is already, I think, rocking. Now we are also ensuring that the investment comes into the country in a very big way. So if all estimates are correct and if all the estimates presented are to be believed, by the end of December 2021, India would have raised a lot more capital in the technology space than anywhere else in the world. We just hope that the pandemic passes very quickly and we are able to maintain that growth momentum.
Yeah, and to pass the pandemic as soon as possible, every one of us has to wear masks. And when we travel, you have to take good care, sanitize, and keep distance. There is one more question from Monty. Janak, why don't you take orientation sessions in Nasik and educate them how they need to work things around?
Always open, Monty, but they don't take me as seriously as they take your music here. So I always end up suffering.
So now let's do one thing. We'll plan up something good, Janak, so we all can just come together and work. And with your knowledge and with the things that you have been exploring, I think it's a great thing that we can work together something for the people to get motivated. As you said, एक दो जन भी अगर motivate हो जाते हैं तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. Nasik can go places, and as we know, we have everything over here. We have everything. I think we just need the push, the motivation.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, Monty is laughing. Okay. So, Janak, thank you so much. Do you want to say anything to our youth, to Nasik? And, Nalini has joined in. Thank you, Nalini, so much that you have joined in. Okay. So, would you like to say something, Janak, like to the people, everyone?
I think to you, they have a great, you are a living testimony of how much struggle one has to go through if one wants to get it right. You have, over a period of years, we tried to counsel you so often, asking you to give up on your passion. But I think you have proved us all wrong. By continuing to do what you have done, you have also established yourself, Rohan. So I think whenever one needs motivation on how bad things can be, you can be an example that, if you work towards it, sky's the limit. So, all of you here, everybody has really worked extremely hard in their own areas of work. So, I'm sure let's just continue to dream big, believe in our dreams, and start working on them. So, I'm sure nothing is impossible.
Definitely. So we have the next, I think, 2 minutes in our hand to ask some questions, answer some questions. And sir, it's much more needed to educate people about the future of all technology. AI has the ability to change the world era in Nasik. If people start taking it seriously, it would be definite a new picture. Ritesh, so.
Yeah, Ritesh, indeed, AI is here to stay. AI is a part of our lives already. If not completely, I think the amount of AI that you and I use unknowingly is extremely high. This entire pandemic situation could have been extremely well handled if we had those kind of technologies at play. We have seen them work across the globe. I'm sure Nasik would not have been an exception, but it's just that our socio-economic inability to push for technology adaptation is going to pull us back. Technology has become extremely affordable of late. It is being embedded as much as possible across all stratas of society, but there is always scope to improve. So, indeed, Ritesh, I can agree with you, but I know the challenges around implementation. It is very easy to say that AI can be implemented. Believe me, AI is not magic. It takes time, and you need to have maturity to use it as well. So, yeah.
I think, Janak, with all, I think a lot of, if there are people like you, things might change. And you will get it to Nasik as well. You'll make it implement in a better way. So thank you, Janak. Thank you very much for all your valuable time. Thank you, people. If you have any more questions right now for any technical thing or any advertising related thing, any printing related thing, anything that you want to know, I think he's the man here. He's here all set to give you answers. And at the same time, I would also like to just announce my next session would be on Wednesday with a very, very fantastic, yet another a celebrity, I would say, from Nasik who's done great in their own field. I'm not going to name them. You stay tuned on my stories so you can get who's the next person. So, Janak, any last statement that you want to really tell everyone?
I think I made my last statement by setting your example, and I do not want to repeat that again. But all the best to everyone. Pursue your passions, and I'm sure you will achieve them and do Nasik proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Janak. Thank you. And I hope to see you very soon in Nasik. Please take care. Please be safe and see you
Sure.
very, very soon. Thank you, everyone. And this is Rohan Mehta signing off. See you next session very, very soon. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Janak.
Thanks.